Hello everybody, we're going to be doing something different today. I'm going to be playing some Trackmania, just because I just didn't feel like doing any shooting today. I quite like the Trackmania games. I didn't realise, I'm a very casual player of Trackmania, I didn't realise up until now that you could go back and play previous campaigns, so what I'm going to try and do is, obviously not all right now, I'm going to try and gold medal every single campaign track over the next few months, however long it takes me to randomly decide to play Trackmania whenever I'm bored. Yeah, we're going to see what happens. So, start off facing the bronze one, I think. I've no idea about any of these tracks. I'm literally seeing all of these tracks for the first time. So, we will soon find out if I'm any good or not. Let's see. Oh, at least... let's just start again. But at least the bronze screws up in the same way. We probably don't need to take that wider line down here. Better. Brake a little bit there, maybe? In order to carry more speed through here. He's cutting that corner advisable? Probably not. We can probably still get bronze, though, because of the mistake that I and the medal owner made there. There we go. So that's going to get us bronze. We'll get a silver as well. So this is obviously... presumably when the game first came out, not a lot of people picked it up initially, because I don't believe that silver can be beaten on the later tracks by someone who drives into a tree on their first attempt. But let's see where this... no, screwed that one up. Right, so... shallow angle down here. Although the gold takes a wider angle down there to get more speed. That's a good idea. We've tapped the brakes down. I don't think they have. Oh no, we've done... yes, that's not good. Right, start again. Nice wide angle here. Not as wide as the gold, who sweeps down there a little bit more flamboyantly than I'm doing it. Still think cutting this corner is a good idea, but that has put us ahead of the gold. This is good. This looks good. First one down. Obviously, I'm not good enough to do the author ones yet, although I will at some point. If this is fun, if this works, if I manage to get them all done in time and it doesn't drive me insane, then I will look back around and try and go for the author times. But for now, we are just going to get gold in all of them, or at least that's the plan. I'm sure eventually I shall run into one that is too difficult and it will make me all angry, but hopefully today is not that day. On day one of whatever it is I'm trying to do, we're going to make that hopefully. Yes, good. We're going to go straight in? No, we're not. Straight into silver, though. Right, so let's see what the gold medal holder is doing that we're not. So probably taking that corner better. Yeah, there we go. This was fun to see. I'm going to bounce off the tyre. Fair enough. Yes, it's just all about these first couple of corners. So maybe a slightly wider stance out here, maybe? It's not what gold does, but... does that necessarily matter? We've got a little more speed, well, quite a lot more speed going through here, but does that actually matter? Does not seem to matter. Well, this looks promising. Well, I did have to do a little adjustment there, so I probably screwed that up because... have we screwed it up? Yeah, we can... oh, no, we're not. We're going to deflect off the thing. Good. Good. On to the next one. Always going to start off challenging bronze, I think, because obviously I'm expecting these to get harder as we go further through. No. Saved it, just about. Still ahead of bronze. Oh, I'm not good at ice. Don't spin again. Please don't spin again. No. Off the power. Is that good? Am I going to hit the tree? No. Am I going to hit the thing? Right, we can pull. We can save this. We can save this. That'll do. That'll do. First things I span immediately. Let's see what else we can do against... oh no, the guy's name sounds like... this guy's name sounds like Penguin and we're on an ice track. That immediately feels unfair. Also, I've just noticed that the game hasn't decided to... Ooh, the game hasn't decided to save my 3 letters on the back that I wanted to have. I wanted to have joy, but apparently I've got neg. Oh, no. Oh, come on. I can't get around this one turn. Here. So we can do a little bit of a little bit more of a drift. That's better. That's good. I need to learn when to not be on the power on the ice. We've got more speed coming down here, but oh, I absolutely thought I was going to hit that tree. We can improve on our personal best. We're not going to catch silver, but that's still good. We're improving. That's the aim of the game. Well, no, the aim of the game is to beat the gold. At the moment, I'm not beating Mr. Penguin. Oh, I screwed that one up. Slidey. Yeah, so I think it's a case of just drifting through that as best we can. So I think we need to turn a little bit earlier. So like here. It's got us ahead of our personal best, so that's an improvement. Although our past self is sniffing our backside a little bit. Penguin is still ahead. Oh no, I've screwed that up. Okay, well that seems the way to do it. Let's just slide under the thing. Just to complete our shame. Right. There or thereabouts. We're ahead of our PB. Although not by a huge amount. And now we've screwed it. Yeah, boy. Yeah, we're not going to get that far on our roof. Skating around on our driver's head. That's too high up banking. So I think it's going to be a case of doing that. Maybe is this going to be good? That's well, it's roughly what we did for our PB, so that's a good start. We're slightly ahead. Need to very carefully control it through here. It's not nearly as careful as I wanted it to be, but we'll have to make do with it. And then we screwed it up at the end. Whee! Are you going to make it to the end? No, not this time. Well, we're getting closer. That's a much better run through that first corner. Now, if we can save this and not embarrass ourselves too much. Can we have more speed going to this jump than Mr. Penguin? No, we cannot. Closer. At least we weren't on our roof that time. Build a bit of speed down here, maybe? Can we straighten up enough to not spin? Not really. No. And we still nearly beat it, so that's the way to do it. We were sliding like a hockey puck through the whole of that last thing, and we still only just didn't make silver. So I think that's going to be the idea. Build a little bit of speed through here. We can kind of compare that to our personal best where we weren't doing that. There we go. This is a nice straight jump. Ah, we screwed up at the end. Just go through backwards. Go through backwards. Beat the penguin. We beat the penguin. There we go. What about gold? Well, this guy doesn't have like a snow animal themed name, so he hasn't got that advantage built in, although he has the advantage of not driving sideways up the wall, although we are keeping... We're not keeping pace because we are completely and utterly out of control. Whee! Whee! Oof. Let's start that again. That was fun. No! Straight out the wall. Yeah, we need to remember to turn in a little bit quicker into that corner, so here. Seems to work well for me. And that's too much. I do go through these phases of 2 or 3 runs where I just won't make it off that banking because I'm just getting too excited and trying to get too much speed. But this corner is not about speed, it's about control. There we go. I think the ghost we're reversing here is using those red lines as whee through backwards again. He's using those red lines on that banked corner to guide them. So that might be an idea. Nope. Coming off the power a little bit there does seem to get you a little bit more control. We've got more. We can keep this controlled. Is a big if. We're going to get a better launch here. It's not going to be enough to catch him, especially as we've had a bad landing, but closer. So, yeah, just that split second of not being on the power seems to be pretty key here for a good run. Although I've hooked my wheel up there, which I don't want to do. Right, Jamojo03, Demojo03. We'll show you who's boss on this run, he says, with him slightly in front of us. But we know he gets a bad jump off here, so if we can get a cleaner jump, which we have. Oh, it's so close. So, we got it. That's got to be by milliseconds. But we got it. They all count. Next one. Yeah, I do like the ice levels. They are fun. They are fun, but I'm just bad at them. It's going to be interesting to... Whoa, that's a wall. It's going to be interesting to see the evolution of these tracks as you go on, because obviously the developer... Oh, no, don't break there. The developers have had a lot of experience on the other games, but it's going to be interesting because this is like the first campaign that came out for this game, so it's going to be interesting to see how the circuits get more complex. I have played a few of the more recent ones, not very many. But it's going to be interesting to see if they get more complicated. This is a well, it feels like a very basic track. It's just lots of ups and downs. So this looks interesting. What's this? Ooh. Air good, air bad. I'm going to assume this is pretty bad. Yeah, that's not worked. Let's try that again. Don't know where I was, but it wasn't good. So we've got 3 of these. Remember rightly, I do. Now, where do I think I'm supposed to end up here? Oh, this looks more promising. There we go. Oh, and then we're back up at the top. Yeah, and I reckon the difference between that and gold is going to be that pretty much dead stop I did right at the top of the hill, because I wasn't sure I was where I was supposed to be. Right, Mr. DBD Viper. All the time's going to be in getting these turns right, I think. Although probably that bit at the top is enough to save us if Mr. Viper doesn't do a good job up here, but... Oh, well, I assume he's going to... What? What? He's going to do a better job than that. That wasn't good. Right. Oh, that's a wall. We can save it. We can save the run. We just have to not screw up anymore. Just took that turn very well. Very pleased with myself there. Off the power there, maybe. That gets us up to the top here. Then we can do this. Come on. Ah, if we hadn't hit the wall. That was very close. Right, try again. And also, let's not... I screwed that one up. Also, let's not forget that that was with a screw-up on one of these turns. So, without that screw-up, that would have been gold. So, yeah, that one there. Just saw my past self pirouetting out of view. It's all about where we tap brake. I'm going to choose to tap it there. I know, it was too late. And that's a wall. I do enjoy just how much fun this game can get out of really what is a very simple layout, because it is just 3 of these. We can save this. We can save this and we don't screw up at the end. If we can get this right, we might do okay. Oh no. He's very good at that. But that was fair enough. That's another run where if we hadn't screwed up. But yeah, as I was saying, it's interesting how much fun that this game can squeeze out of what is a very, very simple track. That was a good turn. And get that right 2 more times, we'll be golden. There we go. That was nice. That was nice and neat. So brake here, I think. That would just about carry us over the top. Speed boost. Jump that. There we go. Got him. Probably shouldn't have jumped that. I probably could have just made that turn a little bit wider. I got overexcited. But it doesn't matter. They all count. On to the next track. Let's see if this one is a little bit more complicated than that one. And whether or not it can squeeze the same amount of fun. Because as I was saying, that is the beauty of Trackmania. Hey, we screwed that one up. But let's learn the track anyway. Let's not restart. We need to learn where we're going. So he goes through the left one. I've chosen the right. This is probably a left one. Right, so the bronze are screwed up there. There's a chance we could still save this, and then we know there's a huge amount of improvement we can make. Maybe get through this one quickly. I do like the fast turns. There is something fun. Very, very... Whoa, didn't realise it was ice. What's going on? No. Yeah, we're not beating... I know you can reset. I don't want to. Right, so... We know that one. We need to take a bit more care. So if you just go straight, you go straight through that one. Pun unintended. I'm still going to take the right-hand one here. Oh, and then, and then caught in 2 minds there. I wanted to take the leftmost one. Well, is this going to scrub too much speed? Is this? Oh, bang! Hit it. We're through one. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah! Lost it there at the end. Right, for this one, you can pretty much take a straight route through the first one without any adjustment whatsoever. And then if you get the corner right, there we go. I don't think I brushed the corner there. This is a good run. As long as we don't do that. Although, you know, that was a pretty spectacular flip. Can we bring it back? Still beat bronze? I doubt we're going to beat gold with a mistake like that, but we'll see. Why does this have to be ice? We drive very slowly around it. We can do that. Clip the corner. Oh, we brought that down nicely. Very nicely indeed. What's this going to be? Is that any good? Is that going to get me... It'll get me bronze. That'll do. On to silver, because we know there was at least a couple of mistakes in there. Those mistakes are probably going to be the difference between me and gold and silver. But yeah, just cut through there. Don't touch the sides at all. Oh, and then touch that thing pretty hard. But yeah, I think we've got these first few corners down pat now. So you literally just take a straight line there, corner off the power a little bit, through the right hand side, sorry, and then through the left, I think. Yep, he bounces off the corner, so we can avoid that tiny tap of the brake there, so we can take a better angle through here and not bounce up to the top. And then again, tiny tap of brake onto the ice, so we can fling ourselves like that. This isn't as good as my PB, I don't think, on this particular corner, but we've managed to keep control. Down here, is that going to be silver? It's silver. It's not gold, though. Not gold. Okay. That was really cool. Right, let's see what the difference is between me and... Oh, super turbo. Between me and gold. So yeah, just keep a straight line through here. So he's interestingly going to take the other channel through there. And that does seem to have got him more speed. Oh, screwed up. Yeah, so he takes the... Or they take the right-hand channel through there. Presumably because that means that gives them a faster angle into that bend. So why don't we try that? Because maybe the game is trolling me by directing me straight towards the left-hand one. Because it felt fast, but obviously the best at this track has decided not the best, but the best one they've decided to include in the game, apart from the author track, does this. And it does get you more speed, so fair enough. Seems like a good idea. I got so excited that I got through that. Oh, something's going really well, and just forgot to steer. Right, so straight in, round. Again through the one that gives you a wider angle. This one takes straight through the left-hand one. I've screwed this up. Yeah, he's off. And so is my personal best. Right, let's try that again. Yeah, I think we've cracked it. I think we've cracked this one, because it is a case of just taking the shallower line into these corners. Just, it does give you that extra bit of speed. I just need to... That was accidental. That cut through on the outside of those pillars, that was accidental, but that looks like that might be... If I can do that consistently without making myself look like an idiot, that looks like that could be a good strategy. Not brave enough to try it though. Right, this time we haven't touched the wall, so we can take a slightly shallower line through here. That gives us the advantage coming into here. He's ahead of us again, but now we just have to beat him on the ice. He's pretty good on the ice, and I'm pretty bad. Whoa, and we've ended up in... But that's the way to do it. This is the way to do these corners, to do the what I'm going to call the racetrack section, and then the jumps and the slopes. The way to do that is, I still think this shallow line is that isn't. That's not better. That's definitely not better, but shallower lines are better. So we'll cut through like this. That wasn't the best, but it'll do for practice. And then through there. The gold medal does a little jink through there. That's potentially some lost time that we can take advantage of. That gives us the lead into here, but now we have to have a pretty perfect dissection. That'll do. That'll do. If we don't screw it up now, that's a gold. Straight through into the trees. There we go. Done. On to the next campaign. Still keep the thing of challenging bronze, because these are only going to get harder. I'll tap a break there. Not sure I needed to, but I did. Puts well ahead though, so something to be said for it. I'll pretend I meant to get that. Oh, and then I'll screw it up. Yeah, that hairpin that I just took very, very well. That was completely accidental. Don't think I'm suddenly. I don't think I've suddenly become some sort of Trackmania savant. Yeah, we screwed up a bunch of places there, so gold should be pretty easy at this track, hopefully, he says. Right, so gold takes a slightly wider line into here, probably to avoid that. It's okay, did that fine. Right, so now if we can just avoid the mistakes I made. He says, immediately making a mistake. Although we're still ahead of gold. We were still ahead of gold at this point, and then we started screwing up. There he goes through there, but there's a bit of a mistake. But then I made one too. So it's all about if... I think we beat him, right? Yeah. Cool. Right. Next. Oh, I don't like the sausage tracks. One mistake and you just... Ooh. One mistake and you're flying off into the arena. And then he nearly flies off into the arena in the bit that doesn't have the sausage track. So there's an immediate time save with that mistake there. Or rather, something where we can get a time save, obviously. Bouncing off the walls. Wiggly bit. Sausage, 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 sausage. Did that pretty good. And then off into the arena. Right, so we just have to beat gold. Okay. I don't think that's the optimal way to take the sausage curbs, although I'm not exactly an expert, and they're I don't think I'm pulling this back, but for the sake of practice, let's just do it. Yeah, I think we've got time we can make up on that initial bit of sausage track. Because I really don't think all that bouncing is like the optimal way to optimal way to do it. So I think this is a good place to save time. But I think, like, my Trackmania knowledge is very limited, but I believe that maximum time of wheels on track is always better. Let's see if we can keep close enough to see. I don't think we're bringing this back, but especially if we do that. But I think they also hit that wall. Which means there's a potential time save there if we can get that right. Not sure about going through there that slowly, but yeah, I think it's in that initial part and then where they hit that wall. Those are where we can make the savings. So yes, doing the best we can to keep all four wheels on the road. Could give us a little boost out of here. Because while they are ahead of us, we are going faster, and momentum is such a big thing in this game. Do they hit that wall? I think they do hit that wall. Because it feels like we've got a lot more speed than them coming through here. I don't think it's enough to bring it back, but it's just something I want to be aware of. Oh, and then we screwed it up. We weren't catching them anyway, but I feel like I'm close, so I feel like I don't need any more additional practice on this track. I feel like I've got it down. I just need to get it right. So you're going to still be faster out of there, but I think there's time to be saved here, because I don't think you take this corner very well. You go full speed through there, which I didn't realise. Little break there, and then up on the curb where we don't want to be. What if we just follow their line? Because maybe I'm just wrong. Because obviously my theory is being disproven by the fact that they are consistently, not consistently, it's the same one every time, but by the fact that my runs are consistently slower than theirs through this section. So let's just follow their route. Let's steal their route. Oh, and not steer into the wall. We don't need to be on full power all the way through here. The thing is, we're even behind our own PB coming out of here, so obviously I did it better the first time. So they go over there, so they can swoop through that corner a bit better. That's better. We bounce off there. Do they clip that wall? They do clip that wall. I'll start again. But yeah, that's a... So this corner right at the end of this section seems to be pretty key. Like being over this side and then being able to swoop back around on, not that corner, the one after the one I just did it on because I'm a fool. So like that, and then like that, and then swoop, chop the nose off the corner. And then we do need to be a bit slower into that part, so there might be a touch of brake in there. Maximize wheels on tarmac. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good run. Can't argue with that. Oh, I can argue with that though. That was terrible. Right, so... Yeah, I feel like making the most of this, the side parts maybe. It's important. So jump like that, maximise tyres on tarmac, cut through there. That was good. Yeah, we're starting to get the hang of that, I think. They're slightly too fast through here because I do think they touch that wall. No, they don't. Now we're actually close enough. They don't touch that wall. They just take it very, very well. Like, very sharp and very controlled, which we're not doing. Two words that do not describe my abilities in this game. So that's good. So if we do that... I think those last two corners of this sausage part are the time save that we can make. If I can scoot through there nicely, it puts us faster through this section. I don't need to brake there. I need to not brake there. That's what's catching me out, I think. Whoa, and then and then driving up the checkpoint. Probably not a viable strategy. I'm sure someone somewhere has done some fantastic runs where driving up the checkpoint actually helps, but I sincerely doubt that I'm anywhere near their skill level. That's not a good jump there. So yeah, so that bit, maximum tyres on tarmac through there. Okay, I think. Sweep through. No, too close to the wall. Too close to the wall. No, that's terrible. What if we just drive all the way around like this? No. Yeah, so it's all about managing when you go over those little jumps, so that... Let's pay really close attention to what Gold's doing. They do that, and they do jump there. Oh, I screwed that up too many. Got too wiggly on that bit there, so... Like that. They jump there, that's fine. They jump there, that's fine. And then they don't take that corner very well. There we go. And then we've discovered we don't need to break through here. Can we get that right? No, we can't. We're going to bounce off the wall. But that's the trick, I think. That's the trick. So here. There we go. And then through this corner. You can always take that corner better now. We're getting very, very close to being able to consistently take that corner better. So they break there, and I don't. Oh, off the wall, that's bad, bad, bad. Yeah, off they go. Is there any way we can bring this back, maybe? How's their cornering through here? I think the lower line is probably faster. So we're still behind, but we beat our PB. Screwed that up. Yeah, so being off the power on this jump here seems to make a difference. Right, now we're close enough that this corner will make a difference too. There we go. So we can be ahead of this corner. That's good. Slight touch of brake. No, they took that corner too shallowly. So start again. I think we're too far behind now, but we'll give it a go regardless. Yep, and then we took that corner too shallowly. Need to focus on my own race, not what Gold is up to, I think. I think we're pretty good now in terms of our own lines. He says, screwed out 3 times in a row. And we're going to jump here. That's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. Through these 2 corners. That's a lovely bit of cornering there, if I do say so myself. Through there. Not a dab of brake, but a dab of not being on the accelerator. I'm going to try the same thing here. There we go. Got through there nicely. This could be it, so long as I manage to not screw up, he says. I still think lower line is better. Off the wall. Boo. Are we still going to stay ahead, though? It's all about momentum down here. Momentum should be good enough. Done, I think. Yes. I could still improve on that, but that's not the aim of the game today. The aim is to try and gold medal all of them. Not to try and get obsessively concerned with my own times on any particular track. So. Off we go onto this one. Hopefully no sausage curbs, although some absolutely Just on that roof immediately. Right, let's do better than that. There we go, that's a lot smoother. Well, it's not that much better. We're getting down one extra wibbly hill every time, so that's good. There we go, it's one wibbly hill. Oh, that's not good. Please land on the roof. Oh, no, please don't land on the roof. Please land on wheels. There we go. Oh. Wibbly bit. Wibbly bit. Right. Come on, surely bronze is going to part. That can't be bronze, surely. What? Right, so just not screwing up is going to... I feel like that's going to get us plenty of points here. So, oh, there we go. Made it down 2 wibbly hills. That was a very good backflip, if I do so myself. Oh, oh. That got us gold. Okay, I'll take it. It's probably going to be a... Not harder, because the other way we literally just push forwards and hope. This one is probably going to be a bit more technical. Oh, straight into a tree. If I do that, is that going to help me? No, it isn't. So, you go up here, over the hill. This is like reverse Laguna Seca. It's like driving up the corkscrew. Oh, no. One of these days we won't end up on our roof, or in a tree, or in the middle of the stadium. I think we need a little bit of brake coming up that hill. I think we need to not be holding accelerate. I feel like there, maybe. And then we drive through it nice and neat. We might need to improve on that for gold and silver, but that'll at least get us through. Low route, I think. Low. I don't know where I'm going. This is the edge of the track. Round like that. Through there. What? Oh. That's a wiggly bit. Cut plenty of corners there. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, that's okay. Round there. This is... Whoa. This feels very Mario Kart. Track feels very Mario Kart to me. Down into the hole. I think we go back around and this loops back up to the finish, so you complete a lap, right? Right, that was enough for silver, apparently. Let's see if gold also breaks on this hill, or if they've got some mad technique that gets them through. So I'm going to break there again. They have braked, but they braked slightly less than me. But now I just have to screw up less through the rest of the lap. And that probably involves not being on your roof. So, there's a tiny tap of brake there, maybe? That feels about right. And again, we're close enough. I know we're put behind our PB, but it's literally about... I was about to say, like, we didn't know the track then, so surely we'll do better this time, but then we didn't. We just drove straight into space. Right, so that feels good. That feels like a good run. This feels less good. Can we keep on our wheels? We can, although we're dragging off the wall. So yeah, so tiny bit of brake there. I think you need to land on that hill better because I'm getting too much bounce. So what if I just lose speed by grinding the wheels? No, that sends me straight off into space again. So the trick is there is a little bit of space bar just there. I think maybe a bit more than... a bit earlier than that, maybe? So... As we get as good a landing there, that does put us a little bit behind each time. There is a better way of taking that, but I think we just need to learn when to not be on the power. Case in point. Or can we bring it back? Probably not, but we'll give it a go. Took that corner better, because obviously we didn't have any speed. We're going to beat our PB, I think. Are we going to get any closer to Night Wasp? I don't think we are. Well, no, we're going to get pretty close. And then drive into the wall, but we'll complete the lap anyway. We'll get our own peak. We'll get a. We won't get a PB because I drove into the wall. But we've had a bit more practice now. That's good. A tiny tap of brake there, I think. No, too early. It's too hard to get back up the hill. So, there maybe. That'll do nicely. There we go. That's put us in a good position. Now we just need to not screw up. It's easier said than done, but they get a terrible landing there, which means we get a chance to put speed down there. They don't take this corner ideally either. So we can like that. They do cut through the sand, probably not as much as we are. Although no, that's actually done well for us. So we can get a cleaner. We can't get a cleaner run through that corner because I'm going to drive into the wall, but that's the general idea. A tiny tap of brake there. I never seem to get that as good as them, but I think there's enough time that I can save throughout the rest of the lap that doesn't matter. We're going to end up on our roof. We didn't, but it's probably not worth continuing there anyway. So that was too much of a tap. You kind of want to land exactly in the apex of that second hill so that you lose your speed, but you don't have to spend any more time dragging yourself up, because that was too far the other way. That I was too far the other side. I want to land probably with my front wheels just at the apex of the hill, although I will take that one and then drive into the wall. This feels good. That feels very good. There we go. Pretty much equal with them there. So now we've just got to drive as good a lap as them, which I think I'm capable of. So we lost out a bit there. Probably could have taken a much better line through there. I don't think we need to cut as much sand as they are. So like that maybe. That gets a little bit of speed advantage going into this corner. What about if we take a low angle? And then we can put ourselves in a pretty good spot for here. Cleaner turn here, and we could be in business. We're not in business, but we are going to get... We're not going to get our PB, are we? I can see myself is going to come charging past yet. There we go. Well, we've got the... I think we've... Although we can't do it consistently yet, I feel like we've got... Oh, he says doing it 2 times in a row. I think we've got the landing on that first jump right now, and I'm going to throw myself straight out into the arena. So literally just mash the space bar there. Oh, that was too early. There is just a tiny touch there, I think. Yeah, perfect. And then just don't screw up. Immediately screws up. But we're starting to... No, that was too early. We're starting to be able to do that semi-consistently though, so we put wheels down there. Is that going to be good? That'll do. That's a different line, but it'll do. And then we get roughly equally bad landings. No, screwed it up. We're getting there though. I really don't think we're far off. Let's... Too early, and I put wheels on the sand. So let's... oh no, I've done that wrong again. Getting overexcited. Need to remember to do what I was doing before. So come out slightly wide there. Smaller tap than that. So slightly to the left. Line ourselves to the... That's that new line that we've done a couple of times. And then we throw ourselves into space. I need to be angled slightly to the left when I go over that jump, because the game loves to just throw me Well, it throws me into a tree that time, but loves to throw me off the track at that particular point. So, yeah, our new line isn't perfect because it means I can get ahead there. But what if we go lower? I'll get a better landing. I'll get a much better landing there. And then straight into the wall. Ain't gonna work. No, but we'll have a bit of practice anyway. We'll practice this because we keep getting it wrong. Because this is the next bit to learn. What's their line through here? So they go. Oh, so they go slightly up. Okay. So just. And that's going to throw us sideways. That's not any good. Over like that. That's not ideal, but I'll take it. Right, so I think if we go lower here, at least it won't throw us into space. Can we land that, please? Thank you. How are we still ahead there? That was terrible. Although we've got nowhere near as much momentum, so there's a good chance we're going to get overtaken, but not here, at least. Over the top. If we can avoid screwing up here, although I think I'm being too cautious, and I nearly drove into a wall. No, I fucked it. I was doing so well. And then I got overexcited. I was so excited that I was doing well. Right. Let's try that again. That'll do. We'll take it. Lower line than them here. As good as I'm going to get, I think. Little break there. Don't hang our wheel over the edge here. Literally just take it straight round. Nice. Over there. Down. Don't cut stand too much. I think I've lost too much time there. I can predict myself being caught. But we'll see. Right. Caution to the wind. Let's not be overly cautious. At least we haven't driven into the wall this time. Or driven into the booster. We can get this corner right. Although I haven't. Although apparently my very first PB was my best version of that. I think we were okay. No! Did we get him? Oh! Just. That's another one that should have been. That must have been by millimeters. Just about got it there. Just about avoided embarrassment. Right. New track. Will this one make me look as silly as the previous one? This one also feels quite Mario Karty. Oh, that's not where I want to be. A little swing through like that. That's pretty good. Slightly too sideways, but never mind. We've made it. We made it through. Down here? It is down here. Right, so that's the way to go. So, cut that corner as much as possible. I think this has put me... Yeah. Let's keep going for funsies to learn the track. We had an exciting little flip there. For this, you take a... Yes, I know I'm 10 seconds behind. I am fully aware. Well, there's obviously a mistake there, because that... We gained 2 seconds back there. Was that where they hit that? Maybe. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Down. Oh, no, no, bad. Bad. Although we're still in the race. Watching Bronze just pirouette in front of me. This might be okay, even though we did a flip. We might actually still be able to beat the Bronze time, which would be good. What? Did I miss something? I must have missed something. Oh, I thought I was doing well there. I evidently missed something. I did think it was a bit strange that we were on for a clear bronze despite doing a flip. We're going to do a flip again? We're not. Right, good. This is also not a great run, but Significantly better than our previous one by virtue of not doing a flip. Oh no! Okay. That's okay. We saved it. Everything is fine. Everything is not fine. Everything is not fine at all. Right, so this time we've not... Oh, we're not going to get up the hill, are we? Come on, car. Oh, we made it. I am surprised. I am very surprised that worked. What did we get? Bronze. Yeah, seeing as we did a pirouette, I'm not surprised we didn't get anything else. Right, on to silver. Right. Oh no, I've done it again. I keep going too far. That's extremely too far. We need to shallow this corner out as much as possible. So if I come a little bit over like that and then cut back, maybe. That's put me at a bad angle. Yeah, flip. Whee! Oh, was that the one I... That was inevitably the one I missed, isn't it? Because obviously I didn't go through it. I flipped over it. Oh, speaking of flips. Learning how to not be crap at this particular jump is probably key to this one. I don't feel like the rest of the track is that hard. So maybe like that. Probably get more speed out of that, but it gives us a smooth run, and then we're almost off the edge. So, do I need to do that on this court? Or can I just do that? I can just do that. Okay. So I don't need to take too many precautions, but I do need to brake a little bit there. So I don't need to go left here. I can literally just go straight through, and it's all just a matter of getting the angle right. So that's okay. And we should scrub some speed there because of the angle we landed. Yeah, that's good. So silver takes a shallower line through this corner. As long as we keep it, he says immediately. I was going to say, as long as we keep it on the tarmac, we should do... We won't do okay there because we'll drive straight into the next one. So... Too far to the right. But it's okay, we'll continue going. I don't think that was too bad. Slightly behind silver, but they're not going to have a perfect run. So they take a shallower line. They go down roughly in between what I did there and my previous PB. So then through... straight into the tree. Not straight into the tree, but enough of a glancing blow that that was the end of that run. But luckily, it gives us more chance to practice here. That's not good. Yep, flip. Whee! Round through like that. Down, 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 down into the stand thing, the checkpoint. We're I think we're getting there. I think we are making progress. That's a little bit... No, I like that. I like that run because that means we scrub some speed. It means we don't have to break through here. It means we can just build speed up through here. Let's take the silver line, so through down like that. And that's probably not the line I want to take, but I've done it now. Through, we're through. Good. And then try not to... I don't feel like dropping from ice onto other ice is good. So let's just do that. That's pretty smooth. There he is. So it's just about getting a better landing. I think we've got more speed here. I think we've got a more direct route. I don't think we're catching him, but we're very close. Oh. Significant improvement, though. Yes, I would like to improve. Thank you. Yeah. Whee! Dum. That's good. That's good. We can work with that. That's less good, but it doesn't matter that much. We can pull it back, especially if we can get a good run through here. If we do... We're a bit gentler and a bit more precise through here. We can save a lot of time. There we go. Again, I'm not too keen on the idea of dropping while on ice, so... Is this going to be enough? Don't touch anything. We're slightly too sideways. No. It's It's okay. It's okay. It's because we know they screw up down here as well. Don't hit the wall. Do not hit the wall. There we go. Right. Gold. Oh, no, that was terrible. What about the landing, though? That's okay. Oh, so they cut through there. What line do they take? They take this shallower line too. So the shallower line is the way to go. Oh. You get a lot more speed with that shallower run to the point where I need to relearn my braking lines and then we're off into the weeds. But it's interesting to see what they're doing. Let's see if we can... If we get this right. Can I follow their line? And am I good enough to follow their line? I think I am. Let's try that. I feel like I'm losing a lot of speed and have to be very precise to take the quote-unquote official line. So they go... Well, I've done it now. For the sake of practice, let's keep going. So shallower line down here. Gives you a lot more speed through here. They're still well ahead of us, but that's fine. We're not trying to beat them here. Are there any places where they make mistakes after this? Sadly, I was slightly too... Oh, they go up, do they? That would make sense, because then you get more speed down there. Oh, straight into the thing. Right. But either way, I think that cut-through route is probably the answer. I need to not do that. I'll just drive through here. Even with that mistake, I'm only slightly behind my PB from doing that. So that's clearly the faster line. I wonder if that skid through the grass is also faster. If we go up, we can get ourselves plenty of speed coming back. Got slightly overexcited there. Do this properly. He says, doing it immediately bad again. That's better. I mean, it's not great, but it's better. Right, so that's the line. I'm wondering just how many of those cuts are better. And I still think lower's better on the ice. But either way, we now know what we're doing. We've now got a basic strategy, which apparently involves crashing into the wall. I need to make that... That needs to be slightly more to the left. So I can make that corner. That feels pretty good. So then through, not the tree. Helps if you don't hit the tree. The trees are an obstacle. Trees are not passable. Oh, we've done that wrong. We've done that badly wrong. So yeah, we need to be over to the left on here. So maybe we lose a bit of speed here to get a better angle down here. That's not perfect, but it will not do apparently. We lose a bit of speed correcting up there. I need to not correct. Once I've got a line, I need to not be going sideways when we get air, because that's losing us a lot of time. So that's better. And through like that, but not like that. We're not far enough left there. So I think we do it to the point where we've almost got to cut that corner and then level up. So something like, no, too far to the right. Something like this. No, need to make another adjustment there. It feels like 2 taps right, 2 taps left. So not like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm catching air again. I need to get this down before I forget the rest of the track. So it's all about the correct angle. It's all about the correct angle there and being as far left as you can get without driving off into the distance like that. That's pretty good. That puts us within range at least. Is that a time save? I feel like it isn't. If we don't touch anything, how close are we going to get? Because we are gaining. Wasn't a great landing. That's a PB by 3 seconds. Nearly 4. So that's the way you do it, obviously. We just have to be a little... We just need a little bit more finesse. Great. So they take a wide line like that here. Oh, that makes it much easier to get that angle, I see. So, something like that. Pretty good. They turn the second they land, so they're already turning when they land. Straight off the edge. That's the general idea. Do like that. And then don't hit the tree. Whoa. That's better. That was much better. Just do that a bunch of times. And then don't do that. I still think there's a little bit of time to be saved by going through the trees there. I've pretty much matched their line here, so... But we were still slightly banking to the left there, and we don't need to be going completely dead straight, so not like that. We were nearly pixel perfect there on their line, so what about that? That'll do. There we go. We're starting to learn that a little bit. And down here. I think that's a time save. I know it's not, because they obviously have a much better momentum going through there, but if we can get a better run through here, I don't think that sideways bit was exactly perfect from them. I think we've got more speed going in here, although we are slightly off to the left in a way I don't really want. We're going to beat our PB though. We are getting closer by half a second. Right, so this time, if we don't do that thing through the trees, which obviously doesn't work because we've now gotten close enough to prove it, that might be the way. We need to not hang a wheel off the edge there like that. Yeah, but it feels like they've got close to the perfect line down here. I think we've done it slightly wrong there. So can we get through the... No, we can't. Yeah, so it's that... I keep getting slightly concerned about my line and overcorrecting, and I need to not. I need to just take it completely flat and straight like that. And then through like... That was too good there. I could have cut an extra tree. But that's how you do it. You need to hit this completely straight is key. But like that. I think it's going to take me into the thing. No, it isn't. But then it's going to take me into the tree. But that's how you do it. It's making sure that you're completely straight when you jump, when you do that part of the jump on. Too far to the left. So I need to sweep through. Slightly to the left of where I was. So screwed this up. Or maybe I haven't. Maybe that's okay. I landed all wrong. Landed all wrong. So, like that. Straight down. Nope. That time I did need another slight correction to the left. Like that. And then just don't touch it. The minute you're coming up to the jump, just stop touching buttons. Because it can only get worse. You might not have a great landing anyway. But if you're touching buttons after that first corner, you've doomed yourself. Oh, straight off the edge. Oh, no, screwed that one. Screwed that one right up. Lost focus for a second there. Very focus-based game, this. Whoa, no, we've done that one. Quickly get back into the zone, so like that. Need a split second more straightforward there. It's a case of literally copying their line as best we can, I think. And then doing better through the rest of the race. So this feels pretty good. It did take me straight into the tree. Got to get this so pixel perfect. And then not drive into the second tree. Slightly too far to the left that time. So... no. No, we can't recover that. It's got to be their exact line. Like that. Yeah, I still think that cut across the grass doesn't work as well as I thought it did, so we're going to abandon that idea. There we go, that's pretty good. Shallower line through here. Oh, I got overexcited, turned too quickly. I was going to make that, I thought I needed to turn more quickly. Need to have more faith in the car. That was terrible. Any chance? No. We are getting closer. Slightly far to the left there. Can we still pull it off? We can, just about. And I'm also getting two sideways through that run there. So this is going to... oh, no! Be a bit more careful through there. Keep it dead straight. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Ah, that's bad. Caught in two minds which way to go around that tree. But that's we're starting to consistently get this launch correct. Not this time. Is there a chance? No, not a chance. Got to get this absolutely perfect. Well, not absolutely perfect, but better than I'm doing it. And I've done it terribly again here. Yeah. Nope. Nope. Getting lazy and I'm trying to do it in as few clicks as possible, but that's not a thing. Like, slightly too much overcorrection there. Oh, and then brush the tree. That's pretty good. No, we're too far to... no. Wasn't good at all. Nope. Like... nope. Is that good? We're slightly too far, but that hasn't stopped us before. There we go. Okay, right. So through and down. And around, no braking. Just slight lift, slight lift, slight lift. It's not as good. It's not as good as it could have been, and we're relying on getting more speed through here, which I don't think we're going to get. No, we're way behind. That's pretty good. And we turned too late. I waited till we landed. That's also pretty good. So immediate turn. Slowing down too much. Yeah, we've lost that. We have lost that. I feel like this is going to be... I'm going to get one lucky run. I feel like this isn't going to come down to any kind of my skill level. This is going to be absolutely me getting a lucky run. Nope. 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 So easy to get that wrong. It's so easy to get those couple of turns wrong and then you're just doomed. No. It's going to come down to me. One run, I'm going to get this okay. I need to get an okay jump here. That's okay. As a demonstration of an okay... As a demonstration of an okay jump, that is not one of them. Yeah, I feel like it's going to come down to me getting a good jump and then just lucking out for the rest of the lap. I don't feel like this is going to be any kind of skill-based outcome on this track. Obviously, lots of people do get very, very good skill-based outcomes on this game because they're very good at the game. I am not one of those people. So my PB still goes through the... I think maybe I just need to be more careful when I'm going through that free cut that I'm doing. Too far to the left. Yeah, I'm too far to the left. Right, okay. I think rather than trying to beat Ice Bear through that tree section, like doing it normally, I should go back to the cut I was doing previously. I'm too far to the left again. Ah, no, I'm not. I wasn't. I just needed to take a better line through there. Could have made that work. I'm slightly sideways. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Yeah. Jump. That's very far to the left. Is this going to work? Made it work. Very far to the right. Didn't make it work through there, though. You can make that work by being further to the... Screwed that up. Needed to lift a little bit. Being slightly to the left here doesn't seem to hurt me too much. I can still do that and be up with my PB. I still think this is faster. Maybe not cutting that much. Cutting that much isn't good, but cutting a little bit. Maybe in between those two. Straight into the tree. Now I screwed that up. Screwed that up. I feel like I've been on this for like 20 minutes already. If I'm still on this by the time my gameplay timer thingy ticks over to 2 hours, I'm just going to go and do another track and we'll come back to this one. Because I don't think watching me take the same two corners over and over and over again is very fun. But I'll give it an immediate. I knew I'd got that one right. Got that one wrong right away. Yeah, if I end up spending more than an hour on this, I should go and move on to a different track. No, that was terrible. Yep, straight off the edge. Could be okay. Nope. Being further to the left seems more dangerous than being further to the right, so I feel like the perfect run is to be slightly more to the left than where I am, generally speaking, but it's also so much easier to get it wrong. This feels okay though. Ah, no. Nope. About like that. That good? It would have been good. I'm getting overexcited trying to find a new way to save some time there. Still pretty convinced that I just need to copy their line. That's okay. That is fine. Alright, through and down. Get the lines right here. We can improve on our PB at least. No, we've gotten too much. Straight into the wall. But that feels like a better way of taking that line. No. Should have left it where it was. Nope. Too many corrections already. No, we're going to land sideways and this isn't going to work. Yep. Too far left, I think. Yep. Yeah, so it's going to come down to... I need to stop thinking about this. I need to stop thinking about this and just take their line, because their line is obviously the perfect line. So like that. Not the perfect line, but you know what I mean. It is above my skill level to be able to find a line that is better than their line. Yeah, if we just make sure we're lining up ourselves with their ghost and then taking that corner slightly better than that. Isn't quite what I wanted, but it won't do. Line it up perfectly without making too many corrections. Like that. Nope. That'll do nicely, I think. Nope. Slightly too far to the left. Nope. Nope. I'm pretty sure that's terrible. Yep. No, we're sideways. Start again. Pretty sure this is awful. Yep. That's too far. To the right. Nope, screwed that up already. Nope. Gotta be so precise. This one feels okay. That feels good. Ow! Nope. It's so annoying, like only one run in 10 will actually get through the first corner, and then any minor mistake. No. No. Too far to the left. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. It wasn't. Nope. Maybe it's not 1 run in 10. Maybe 1 run in 5 I get through this corner. That's okay. That's okay too. That probably could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse. This feels okay. No, I screwed up at the end. That feels okay. One feels like a good run. That was good. I was a bit more careful through that run as well, but we're going to beat our personal best. We're going to be pretty much... What do you do down here? So you don't do the bounce. Right, so my theory was correct. No. But at least we've confirmed another thing. Oh, I screwed that up at the end. If I'd have stuck with that, that would have been okay. This feels good. And it turns out it was bad. Yeah, but now we know we need to keep it low. Around the ice bit. Because that bounce killed us there. That would have been as close as we've gotten if I hadn't done that. This is too far to the right. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. Still good. Trust the car through there a little bit more. I don't actually need the brake. Do need to tap the brake there, though. And tap the wall. Nope. Feels like we are slowly getting closer, although I'm sure it doesn't feel like it if anyone's watching this. No. No, because we're not going to land flat. Yep. That's okay. We'll take that. We will take that all day long. Right, and now we keep it low down here. No bounce whatsoever. Keep it nice and low. Keep it straight. And I'm correcting too much. And now we're sideways. I know. First time we've completed it in a long time, though. Ooh. We're only 0.4 of a second off of... Screw that up. Off of the gold, though. Like our PB is. Screw that up. Screw that up. That feels okay. And then I need to stop going on the grass on there. I need to be more precise going through there. Ow. He's literally, it's 1 in 5. I get 1 in 5 attempts because of this first corner. We might get away with that. No. Nope. If you don't get that perfect, that's it. The run's over. This feels good. No, clip the tree, then went straight into the other tree. Nope. one could be okay. No. Yeah, if you're not perfect, that's the end of the run. The rest of it, I think every time, I think I'm just getting nervous because I know I have to spend like 5 minutes getting through this section again. Is that going to be okay? I don't think it is. No, straight into the tree. Ah, it turned too much. We trust the car through that corner. And then we want to be nice and precise through here and not go off here. Nice and precise. And then keep low. Keep low, don't bounce, and then don't correct. Right, we'll just stick with that. We'll just stick with that. It's not perfect, but... No, it is going to be slightly behind. No, we need to improve. We need to improve. Until we get gold, we've got to keep going. No. You're too far to the right, I think. Nope. Ah, boo. Do think a bit of brake is needed there. Nope. Nope. It's funny how the that slightest bit of improvement, I still didn't get it, but I improved on my PB, and that made me go, you know, I can do this instead of just being slowly driven insane by that tree. Is that good? It'll do. And then we... I shouldn't have. Could have stuck with the corner. Trust the car. Trust the car through that turn. We know it can do it. It's too far to the left. Yep, straight into the tree. Something about the phrase too far to the left seems to be setting off all of my devices. Keep honking at me. Right. No. I've been distracted by the honking devices and now I've forgotten how to drive this corner again. Feels okay. Now I think this is tree. Yep. This should be okay. No. It should be okay, wall. Ah. Too far to the right. Yeah, all tree. And we're not going to land flat. We'll do this as practice. Nope, he's immediately screwed it up. Right. Nope. This should be okay. We should make it through here. Yep. Ow! Turned left too quickly. take it. No, I need to be further to the left to dip into that corner to get the angle. That would have been all right if I hadn't hit the tree. Say that about probably 500 of these runs by now, because I've got to be well into the hundreds. Oh. No, too many corrections already. There we go, that'll do. I've got the line wrong again. I need to be further out to the left. When we land on that bit of track, we need to be further out to the left. This is not a good run. This should be okay to scoot. Nope, that's all tree. I actually think Ice Bear is slightly too far to the left on this landing. I don't think that's quite perfect, although they've got my gold and I haven't, so... Nope. Ah. I think that's too many corrections, but I could be wrong. We should land pretty flat to go like that. It's not great, but it'll do. Then we can come through here, carry a little bit more speed through there. That's probably not a time save. That's definitely not a time save. And they're straight into a wall. We need to remember that we need to... Those corners, I need to be shallowing them out as much as possible. That's a terrible run. Like that. Then like that. That's better. It's not the time save I keep expecting it to be. That's terrible. It's slightly too far. I think there could have been a PB there. I think I was coming up on them pretty quickly. He says that, although I'm getting pretty close to the point where a PB would actually be the gold. We're really not far off. This is too far to the right. Or not. Given up on that run already, so I wasn't ready for that corner. Didn't dip the wheel off the edge. We're not going to land flat. Yep, that screwed it. This should be okay though. That's pretty nice. Ah. Too worried about being too precise through that corner. Screwed that up. Screwed that up. Screwed that up in a different way. Screwed that up in the same way, but that was different to the first two. That could be okay. We're slightly too far to the left. Yep, that's all tree. That one we didn't quite land straight, so that took us straight into the second tree. Way too far left. Yep. Nope. Some of the lack of commentary in this bit, I've run out of things to say, other than I'm just not doing very well. That could be okay. No! Yeah. That's too far right. Yep. Nope. Nope, too many corrections. That should be okay. Had to do a bit of a correction there, but it's fine. Ah, no, didn't take that corner shot. Didn't take that corner deeply enough. Nope. 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 So many ways that jump can go wrong. Gonna be okay? This should be okay. Nice. It's not the time save I think it is. I need to just brake. Yeah, and even if we hadn't screwed that up, we weren't pulling it back. I need to not be giving away like half a second cutting that grass because I think it's a good idea because it never is. Is this going to be good? Is this going to be good? Yeah, that's okay. That's less good. Nope. This should be okay. Pretty good. Happy with that. Right, now, behave yourself. Take the corners properly. Ow! I just panic every single time I get to those corners because I've made it through this bit. I'm thinking this is going to be my only chance for the next 5 minutes. Screw that up. I'm just like getting overexcited, I think. Not panic. Panic's the wrong word. Getting overexcited. It's okay. Not perfect, but it's not good. Nope. Right, let's just focus. Let's just focus. It's too far to the left, I think. Yep. Too far to the right, sorry. That's too far to the left. Yeah, that was all tree. That was always going to be all tree. Should have just hit the button. Too far to the left. Not going to land straight. That was wrong in all kinds of ways. And not going to land straight. Too far to the left. Yep. Too far to the right. Yep. Oh, right. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna come back to this one because I can feel my soul leaving my body. Let's do the others, and we'll come back to that one in a bit. Ooh. No, so this is all about speed and not bouncing off the walls then. I mean, to an extent, all Trackmania tracks are all about speed and not bouncing off the walls. But this one in particular seems to be even more about momentum than usual, so... what? There we go. No. But not having that much speed. Seems there is a level of speed at which speed becomes an impediment. Okay, finally made it through without screwing up there. That's good. Can we get down in time? No, is the answer to that. Super turbo, slow-mo. Reset. Right, we can... I say consistently, we've got through there twice without screwing up, but now we need to make sure we get down. No! I feel like we know what we're doing there, but then I got a little bit confused with what I was doing there. I managed to sail off into the distance. Very light touches, like that. And then land that probably better so we actually get through the chute. I wonder if I'm probably going the wrong way. How about, instead of going left, right, left, we go right, left, right. Brush the wall there, but that's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay at all. Right, left, right feels like the way though, because it gives you a better angle into that banked corner. So right, left. Ah, not enough left. Right, left, right. That's okay, still brush the wall a little tiny bit, but that's fine. Can we get down? Can we get down? Can we get down and through? We can. And then there's this weird thing going on down here. This probably isn't good. Super turbo. Through. And down. Somehow we beat bronze? What happened to bronze? Challenge silver. I think I do actually prefer left, right, left. No. Maybe I need to maybe I only need to make one correction here. Maybe I can left, right, no. Don't know what I was thinking. So right, left, right. And then we go flying out of the arena. Right, why is old matey going off this way? What do I get this way? Okay. We need slightly more control than that, but then we do get a boost, I think. Get a boost and a slightly better line, so... terrible. Into the wall. I'm not convinced that's that good. So he goes low around here. Probably a good idea. Definitely a good idea, seeing as we were 3 seconds ahead of our PB there before we bounced off the wall. But yeah, I'm not convinced that going the boost way is better. That was pretty good. That's less good. Flying off into the arena. You go as low as possible around there to maintain as much speed as possible through this bit. And when you touch down, you immediately go low. That's not low. That is very, very, very high. I think I destroyed my brain with that previous one. Ah. As low as possible to maintain as much speed as possible. He angled it. They angle it slightly like that, so that's not good. That's not good. Lower, 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 lower. Ah, no. That'll do. That will do. That will not do. But that's the way to do it. Nice and low there. That's good. Terrible aiming by me. No. Start again. Yeah, so we need to get that boost through the flight thingy through the ice bit needs to be better. Terrible description there by me, but you get the idea. Ah, no. Now I've melted my brain again. That was too low. Low is the aim of the game, not that low. Good though. This is better than it has been. Keep it low, keep it low, keep it low. There we go. And we scraped off the wall too, Matt. That's what we need to avoid. That right there is the distance between it, the difference between a DNF and at least a silver. That 2 bits here, so there's speed to be saved. It's a low. We've got this pretty much down now. Speed to be saved here. Well, that's pretty good. That's very good. Happy with that. No, 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 no. Oh, so the silver bounces off that thing. So if we can get that. Right, okay. Good to know. Break the wall there. Can we save it? Can we save it? Can we save it? We know they screw up good and proper down here, so... we can avoid... if we can avoid going up the walls, that's... flying up that wall is what we need to avoid. Even if we need to break, we know there's a massive mistake that silver makes. We know they fly off the edge, essentially, because you see the ghost disappear. When I remember how to get through this the easiest part here. Ah, it's getting worse. I'm getting significantly worse. Right. There we go. Nice and low, good. Angle it correctly, close enough. And then we're gonna. I'm actually gonna ease off there completely. Oh no! Don't do it. There we go. That takes us past silver. Let's hope that gold makes some other terrible mistake that we can capitalise on. D9R2. Well, that was terrible. Right, so they actually go quite high up. And the red, so they must go up and then dip down. Okay. Ah, too low. Right, so. Too high on there. Oh, that's much too high and then a crash. They keep it down nicely and then they go up and then so they go straight up and look, oh, so they scrub speed that way. Oh, okay. Ideas are forming. I mean, they're probably not good ideas, but ideas are forming. So... this bit, when I'm not being an idiot, I've pretty much got down. Through like that, and then I can use that bit down like that. Oh no, I've done it too far. That's the way to do it, but not quite as much as I did it there. What? We're too good. We were too good. Okay, but that's the way you do it. So through like that. Use that water scrub speed. Down, 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 down. He's ahead of me. Oh, no. So apart from the time when we were too good, that's the way you do it. You get so much speed through there, and it is through going up and then dropping down again, so... up and then down. Have we been too good again? No. Good? Gold. Yes! First gold in about an hour. Good. Right, next. Reactor boost down. Oh. Right, okay, I understand. I understand now. So like this. Better. Trees, trees, trees. That's pure luck. Please don't misinterpret that for skill. Stuck. I'm gonna pretend that was intentional. It was not. This is a very lucky run. Oh no. So very lucky. There's quite a lot of luck, but an awful lot of me being very bad. Case in point. Right, so this way. Light break for the trees. This way, I think. No. Not that much that way. And into a wall. I'll tell you what, let's just complete a run, and then we've got something to base ourselves against. Oh, there is a ghost that I'm racing. Good. For a moment there, I thought I picked the wrong option. I need to remember, whenever I see reactor boost down, it means I'm going to be going in a loop-de-loop, and I should not avoid the walls. I should drive up the walls. Go this way, because it's not like the other way. It served me very well. And then this is just pure speed, right? This feels like. Not that much speed! Trees! Although we're still well ahead of Bronze, who's just coming around that corner. So we'll keep going. Oh, there's my puzzle best. Hello, me. Whoa. Luckily, I know a big mistake that you're about to make. So this way, maybe? Oh, no, 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 no. There we go. Is that good? It's Bronze. I'll take it. I'm going to assume one of the others is just no screw-ups, which might be a problem. Yeah, we're nice and fast through there. We're more controlled. That's less controlled. Probably a route through the trees there that's faster. Oh, I don't know why I keep doing that. My brain just doesn't seem to process that that's a bridge. Ah. Fun track though. So, can I get through here without braking? I can, good. So, that section's easy when you know how. Right, so that was Silver's screw. That's Silver's screw up. Okay, so they have two screw ups. So that would get a Silver. Oh. Does Gold have any screw ups, or is this going to be the point where the wheels come off? Hello, nice Guardian. Please be nice and let me win. Please and thank you. break through there, but I feel like braking is... I feel like it's a slightly better line to brake a tiny bit. This is a terrible line, but let's see what we can make of it. Ah, straight into the wall. Straight into a tree, rather. Whoa, that's terrible. But it's still our personal best, and I nearly screwed up that line again. Oh, I have screwed that one up. Come on, nice Guardian. This way feels more intuitive to me, straight into the wall. I'll tell you what, game would be a lot easier if it didn't have trees in it. I am officially on team anti-tree. That was okay. That was less okay, straight into the wall. They're a boost, they don't get boosted there. It feels like I suddenly propelled into the wall. Probably my own stupidity, but that's weird. Through like that. Ah, tree. Through not like that because tree. Ow, don't need to brake there. Do not need to brake there. Need to lift off a little bit. Just cruise through like that. There we go. Ow. Cruise through like that, but without the hitting the tree. Not hitting the tree is actually pretty important. There's not a boost there, I'm just an idiot. Right, okay, good to know. Feels like another, like... It feels very much like there's improvisation tracks and there's precision tracks, and precision is not my strong suit. Oh, there is... That's not really a turn, that's like a glide, you glide into it. And it's turning that makes it a problem for me, so... Yeah, it feels like there's improvisation, like freestyle tracks and precision tracks, and I am bad at precision. So... Did brake slightly there, and didn't seem to get a much worse line. It's that precision bit through the trees that's screwing me. I need to let off through there as well, I think. Because I'm going sideways, I'm just going straight into the wall. So maybe we need to worry less about speed and, as I say, more about precision. So here, if I let off a little bit, then I'll make that turn much easier. And then I can speed through here because I've got the walls to help me. But that first bit feels like an ease-off section. That also feels like an ease-off section. Could have beaten our PB there. Shame I should have kept on with that, but I was just annoyed with myself just hitting the tree. Corner, corner, corner. This feels okay. Are there any mistakes in what Nice Guardian does here? It doesn't feel like it. No, so there's no advantage, there's no mistakes I can take advantage of. I've just got to get good. Which is bad for me, because getting good is not something I'm good at. So, around here. That corner cut isn't good, but I bet there's a corner cut there to be had. Feels like worthy. It feels like it's worthy of experimentation. That's pretty good. That's pretty bad. Feels like another one of those tracks where there's going to be a point where I have to get it just right, but luckily it's not the first corner, and so it's not as endlessly frustrating as my nemesis. A little bit of break there does feel better, but then they get the better run there, so maybe not. Ow. Yeah, I feel like cutting that corner, there's some experimenting to be done there, so let's do that for a little bit. Not hitting the tree would be a good start. But I feel like going through that corner correctly, quote-unquote correctly, is a little bit too slow. I'm thinking something like, not something like that, but something along those lines, cutting through there. Terrible line too. Not that it matters, because we're just experimenting at the moment, but... Oh. I want to experiment with the possibility that if I do get it right, I win. I'm thinking here. No. Maybe it is better to go through it properly. Yeah, like that. Ow! Ah, one bit of break. One bit of break and we would have been through. But we've learned our lesson about that bit. It is better to go straight through. Not like that. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I tapped left. That's better. That's not. I think that bit's the that's the tricky part. Like that bit, I know I keep hitting the trees, but I don't think that's actually that bad. Like I've got a probably 1 in 2 success rate at that bit. And by success rate, I mean I actually come out ahead of gold. I think I'm getting too sideways through that bit. I think I just need to be more precise there, maybe. I feel like we're starting to learn this bit. There's a little tap of the brake there, and then we just full speed through. Although not like that. And then I just wasn't paying attention. And there I just went off the edge. And again. Need to get it. Ow! I'm getting too concerned about saving time there. That's not where I need to save time. Here we go. It's that bit there. It's so easy. If you get it 1 pixel wrong, you just end up in that trough and then there's no... You just lose. This bit is actually pretty straightforward, he says. But as I said, like that, I've got like a 1 in 2 success rate of getting through that. My success rate of getting through that trough bit is about 1 in 10. How do they do it? Like that. I don't think I'm going to do anything. I'm not doing anything different to them. I'm just going slower. There's obviously a finesse to it. Like minimal skidding, like that. I think there's some time to be saved on that back section. What they're doing there definitely is not optimal. Ow! You got it perfect there, and then I just clipped that. Clipped the bridge. What I did there is I drove into the bridge. But I do think a dab of brake there is key, because that gives us the chance to be not that much, but a small dab of brake there gives us the chance to be controlled through that corner. We just need to be close enough. I need to be close enough that when we get to that back section, no. When I get to that back section, I can just drive well enough to win. That's not good enough there. That was terrible through there. I actually missed the key I wanted to push. Oh no! I would have taken that as a run. That was pretty good. And that's a tree. Oh, that's also a tree. If you're too shallow, you go into one wall, and if you're too deep, you just end up in the trough. You have to be so precise through that one section. That was okay. That wasn't. So precise through that one section. That's a tree. Right, I'm going to give this until... I'm going to give this another 15 minutes or so. And then I'll move on as another Soul Destroyer. I will come back to these tracks, by the way. These aren't like I get to skip these because they are annoying. I'll practice these sections. I'm not practicing them if I completely screw them up, because there's no point, because the momentum's all off. So there's no point me practicing a bunch of corners from a dead stop when I'm going to be approaching them at like 200 miles an hour. No, I'll tell you what, new one. Because again, soul leaving body. Oh, and it's an ice one. But these tend to be less about precision, so that should be good. Maybe we can do okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Whee! No. A great deal of the ice I'm learning is about when to put power down and when not. And most of the time the answer is not. That's not supposed to happen. Yeah, so I feel like the minute we get up on the banking in these bits, we should just reset. So that's okay, that's okay. That's okay. Off the power. This might be about where we land. Keep going. We can at least learn something. Maybe we need to make use of the brake a little bit more. We need to learn how to land that and not do exactly that thing. Right, let's just finish the course so we can see what it looks like. These bits feel okay. And we're back onto the ice, okay. Ooh, and then... Oh, so this is all about angle, isn't it? Because I've got to get the angle... That's not the angle I want. No! No, we're going too far that way now. Right, this way. Good, 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 good. Through the thing. That'll get us bronze at least. Right. Now we know what the track looks like. And we also know that... I think they're not... I don't think they're accelerating at all here. I think they're just letting it go. Oh, they are a little bit, but they're being very, very careful with how they accelerate. Okay. We'll keep going here. No, we won't. We've just got to not end up on our roof. But that doesn't feel like precision, that just feels like not being an idiot. So... Brake. Brakes do not work. Brakes do not work on the... Yes, so we've got to learn that bit. Right, there we go. How I not end up on roof? Not like that. Or like that. What if I just don't accelerate? I know this won't win. But can I not end up on my roof doing this? We can accelerate here. Nope, still on our roof. What do they do? What does the Del Toro do? They're a little bit more sideways than I am here, but that's okay. We can do. We can kind of do that bit. See my past self come rocketing past me. Right, okay, that was better. Now, if I could not hit every single wall. Well, at least we know how to take that turn now. 5 seconds ahead of our previous PB, but that was mostly not ending up on our roof. What are they doing there to get that? Do I need to turn there? No, that still dumps me on my roof. What if I go sideways? Will that scrub speed? If I go like that, that's going to scrub speed. Yes, good. Okay. Learning. Need to not hit that wall. Roof. Roof. Near enough roof to call it a roof. Just once, please. Please, game. Please can I not hit the wall? Right, there we go. So it's all about... I'll hit that wall, that's fine. So it's all about where you don't accelerate then. I can work with that. Oh, we've gone way too wide. Still going to beat our personal best though, because we've managed to not hit the wall. So it's all about where you accelerate and where you don't accelerate. Oh no! I'm just going to restart anytime I hit that wall. Because that's just a sign of doom. And then you don't accelerate right at the end, because otherwise you end up immediately on your roof. So if we go round... Oh, roof again. There we go. You have to be incredibly precise with where you stop accelerating for that second bit. What about if I stop accelerating here right now? Straight into the wall. Straight into the wall. As I said, every single time we touch that wall, I'm just going to restart because it's just not good. Slidey, 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 slide. Not into the wall. Good. But here, I think if we stop accelerating right there. No. Right. Try a different one because I can. The destroying of souls is happening. Let's see. Let's just see how many we can get through these because we'll be doing this for 2.5 hours. Let's try when I'm not talking. Let's see how many we can get through of these, and just see how many medals we can get, and I shall come back and do the difficult ones. At some other point. That's not where you go. So we need to drop off right here, then. Near enough. What? Can I go this way? That's better-ish. Not good enough, though. Oh. No. No. 3 times in a row. Right. Get through the thing. There we go. Floaty, floaty, float. Floating very slowly. That's wrong. There's still hope. There's still... No. Nope. Nope. There we go. Is that good? Yeah, that'll count. They all count. That doesn't. Right, we've got to go this way because otherwise we're never making it through that thing. Nope. Through the thing. We have a lot less speed, but at least we're through. And at least we didn't hit the wall. We are too high up, I think. Oh. Fair enough. All the medals must have got it wrong and flown off into the wall. That was weird. Right. I was expecting that one to be more of a slog. Can I just do that? No. Worth a go. So this is all about getting the right amount of speed. Over that thing, is it? Is it? Is it? I'll take it. Ow, ow. Learning the track at this point by bouncing off every possible corner. Slow-mo. Speed up. Are we going to get there? We are. Good. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's about what I deserved. Bouncing off every single wall. That's pretty good. I'll take that. And once again, we're almost falling off. We go through there. Right, so let's just try and keep it off the wall. Feels like the most important thing here. We've got more speed going out there. Does that count for anything? No, but we're very close. One less mistake, and I think that gets us there. Oh, nearly. That was nearly something clever. I think that's too high, but does the extra speed we get count for anything? No, it's not if you drive into a big yellow block, it doesn't. So he comes out slightly that way. When does he turn? Here. But we know that he screws up further into the lap, so there's a possibility here, seeing as we haven't massively ballsed up ourselves. There we go. Now, we learnt from that track way back, feels like a million years ago when dinosaurs roamed the earth. The trick to these is to maximise tyres on tarmac, and we made a couple of mistakes there that we can improve on. We've been very, very slow through here, but I'm not going to complain too hard, because I think that should be enough, unless we see him sail past us. I always think I'm never going to make that. It always looks like I'm not going to make it. Right, that's silver. We know we had a couple of mistakes in there as well, so we can probably improve on that. When do you turn there? That feels very good. Happy with that. Oh, boo. But at least we got that bit down. At least now we know when to turn, because that was a very good start. We just need to then be more careful through the other thing. I'm not going to use the precise word and make myself sad. There we go. Starting to learn that pretty good. No, no. Bad, bad, bad. Probably need to brake slightly in there, because I'm not used to going into there so fast, because this is the first time I've being able to nail this. So I'm starting to get... If you don't turn into the wall immediately after making the jump, that's quite a good line. No, it's too high. Oh, that's too low. Yeah, unlike a lot of the... unlike the soul-destroying ones, this one feels This goal feels eminently beatable. Hoping they make a mistake. I've tapped the wall there, so we probably need to restart this restart. Because we already know there's a speed gain here. Not if you do it like that, but there is one. We're close enough that if there's a mistake in here, we can capitalise. And no, in the end we make one ourselves, but we're getting closer. I just need to not touch the wall. Nope, that doesn't work. Up and over, and back down. And we touch the wall there, and that's a death sentence. That's good. That was also good. Right, now if we can keep it out of the wall, we probably win. I did not keep it out of the wall. And they were closer than I thought, so it needs to be slightly better than that, I think. I wonder if they ease off a little bit there. No. No, and then I'll just drive straight into the wall. Just want to not drive into the wall. And then I'll just stop accelerating far too early. Up and over. Up, but not over. It's all about the momentum from that, from the yellow bit. Because this bit, I do this pretty. I can now beat our opponent pretty regularly out of there. But it's all about this part here, and then not hitting the wall because then they just go flying past me. So that's the thing. It's about working out my line there. Because this bit we've got down. Ow. There's got to be a way to shallow out those corners. And get the kind of speed they get through that section. It's not like that. Nope. Oh. These longer tracks are a real pain. Because like you can get one thing wrong like that. I've just brushed the wall there and I know I'm doomed. Look there. You just know there's absolutely no way to recover and you have to restart. But at least we've got that part of the track down. Well, that may be... No, brush the wall. I feel like I'm out of control in that section in a way that I don't want to be. Oh! That would have been a good one. No, it wasn't because we were going far too slowly already and they just flew past us. Something about that sequence of turns, you've just got to get absolutely perfect. You can cut that bit like that. There we go. I'll take it back. You don't. Well, you do have to be absolutely perfect because they've got a better run than me. Although they've screwed that bit up. Right, we need to not pay attention to what the ghost is doing. We need to pay attention to what we're doing, and not drive into the wall. And then not scrape along the wall for a good 10 seconds. Over like that. That was even better than normal. Yeah, there's just something about the way to take those corners that I'm not getting. Because no matter what benefit I get from taking this corner better, I just can't go through those few corners as good as they can. I've now got that bit consistently down. But consistently, we're ahead by slightly less than half a second through there. But I'm just not... There's something about this bit that I'm not getting. Because there, straight through. I'm not sure there's enough time that I can make back in this section. He says he can consistently get that bit right. He can't because he periodically drops straight into the middle. I think I need to be nearer the first set of yellow. I need to be almost brushing them to shallow out the corner. Right, that's one of our better runs out of there. That's one of our worst runs into that bit. I think there's a way to get that angle so you just shoot through the middle, and I'm not good enough to get it. This is still better than the other ones though, because like the bit that's really hard isn't like the first 2 turns. It's still better than the one I spent like 45 minutes on, although I now seem to have lost my knack for this first corner. So oh, this is still close enough. That isn't. You've got to get that first angle correct, or you're doomed. Like that. Right, so now we just need to be incredibly careful through here. Then straight into the wall again. But I think that's the first time we've made it through that section twice in... That's definitely the first time we've made it through that section and been ahead of the ghost. But it feels like we're getting closer. Which I suppose is the whole ethos of Trackmania, is making you feel like you're getting closer even though you're definitely not. Nope. These 2 corners feel pretty key as well, so because then you can tiptoe your way through these a little bit. And be close enough that it feels competitive. Because there is a little mistake there. But then I get caught up chasing them. Let's watch how they do it. And it turns out they're just very good at it. That would certainly explain that one. But no, it is a sequence of very precise left-right movements at the right point. Like that. We were ahead for a lot longer there. Yeah, I don't believe they make enough mistakes in that sausage curb bit for it to be gainable. We've got to be ahead of them before a long way ahead of them before we end up in there. Because otherwise they just scrape past us. I'm going to assume HUN is Hungary, so I'm going to assume that's Valets, to pronounce that correctly. Valets is a very good tiptoer, for want of a better word, because that, as you can see, is hard. And then I get too caught up trying to save time there. And I just end up going into space. It's bad already? Yep. Terrible. I don't know how we managed to land sideways on from that particular jump. Almost. Almost made it. At least we know we've got this bit down. If that was the race, we'd win. Right, so I did ease off before that final, before the first turn, sorry. So maybe that's important. Just about managed to keep it out of the wall there, and not there though, or there, and then we just scrape along the wall forever. But I think that might be the key to that straight, or rather that not quite straight. Just ease off there, and then build speed through the rest of it. That seems to work. But then it's keeping it out the wall on the sausage curbs. Yeah, so the trick to this feels like a little lift there, and then it helps you steer correctly. That feels like the answer to that particular sequence. It's interesting about how much of this game is about finding the little keys to certain sections like that. Like that wasn't particularly good, but we didn't hit anything, and that's a bonus to what we have been doing. That's pretty quick through there. We managed to make it to the top of the hill before they caught us, but now we're doomed. Yeah, this section's hard because of the angle. There we go. But at least we're going to get to the finish for the first time in a long time. Except we're not. Except we're just going to drift slowly into the wall. Didn't do the lift that time. but it got very sketchy towards the end. I don't know how they get through this bit so fast. So you just go... I think there might be a touch of brake there to skid on the top of that little fairly tight left-hander. Ooh, we're going to land that? Yes, we are. I think that's the way to take that corner. But that's not how to take those corners. Getting far too shallow there. That's too high, but it doesn't matter because we'll still be slightly better, but I don't think better by enough that it will matter by the end. Yeah, and I've done that wrong anyway. You do gain a lot of time by just clearing this jump, so... Not quite like that. You can be like half a second ahead. If you get this jump right, so like there. Because you get your wheels down so much quicker. That's not going to be half a second. That's going to be nearly a quarter. But they're going to fly past us because I didn't do that. I didn't lift long enough at that first corner, so I had to keep stopping throughout. Stopping, but not accelerating anymore. Is that good? I'll take it. I think there's a dab of brake there. And that's how they get this run so good. You're going to cruise past me? Yeah, there they go, because I touched the wall. If I hadn't touched the wall, that would have been good. Ah, no. We're going to beat our PB, though. That's good enough. And we'll actually remember to hold the button down so we actually get through to the finish. Bounce off the thing. Right. I have massive cramp in my accelerator finger, so I'm going to call it there. I don't think we're beating this today. I'll come back and I shall beat them hopefully at some point in the future, but not today.